The two main goals that we have for the summer internship are, first, that you come in and serve. You get the opportunity to serve in a neighborhood that is under-resourced and stressed in many ways. You will specifically be working with kids for the summer and helping run a summer camp that allows us to keep the kids off the streets.
And by these interns coming into the neighborhood, man, serving the Lord and serving these kids, man, the way they're doing.
It allows us to keep them away from the gang influences and from a lot of the idle behavior that leads to a lot of destruction on our streets when the kids get out of school.
I think it's a really, really great opportunity to see God through the face of these kids.
I mean, being here with kids who don't have everything, they don't have, you know, every need met, but they're just to see their joy in their lives and to see how they've been impacted by the staff here.
But you also get to invest in other families and into other young men and women that will serve as neighborhood interns. They are young men and women that have grown up here, and they will also be serving alongside you to influence our kids.
Well, I was on drugs at the age of 14. By the age of 15, I was sent to prison for 3 years for a robbery that I committed. I got out of prison. I continued to gang bang, but now that I know I have Christ in my life, that's what I live for.
The second goal we have for the summer is that you come to learn, is that you come to receive, not just to serve.
Man, I've learned as much or more from these kids.
It's a life-changing experience where you're going to change kids' lives. Kids are going to change your life because you're going to learn something that you've never thought you struggle with, or you never thought you had a problem with.
Jesus says in John, he says, the world will know that you are my disciples by the love you have for one another. And what a better way to show true Christianity in the South here. They see love of blacks and whites, and that's foreign. That's has to be from God.
God's heart for racial reconciliation is a huge training ground, and it's not easy, very difficult, but it puts you in a beautiful position to learn.
I feel like this internship was beneficial, and it could be beneficial to others. It's just giving you a better understanding of racial issues and how to work through them in a Christ-like way.
We will study justice, the biblical perspective of justice.
Righteousness and justice are the foundations of God's throne.
We will also study God's heart for mercy.
You know, in James it says, you know, true and undefiled religion is loving or serving orphans and widows, visiting with them in their homes, and that's where it's at.
We will look at the kingdom of God as a demonstration of God's heart for the world, an active demonstration of the kingdom through the continuing presence of Christ in the people of God. And we'll look at how that's played out in the scriptures and how that's played out in an inner city environment and really anywhere that you would be called to go and live and serve once you leave here.
I feel like Common Ground is like a training ground for something God has for me in store in the future.
You're going to come away and you won't be able to think the same.
This is something that's going to be a life-changing experience, and it has been for me.
It's been probably the most impactful summer of my life.
Come with your eyes open, be ready to see God work, be ready to learn from everyone, from the kids, from the staff. Don't think that you know everything, and God will use you a lot more.
Learn to love others, brothers will love brothers, children respect mothers. Let's go to work, thugs become saints, dudes come from cake, girls choose to wait. Let's go to work, these begin to work, Christ cleanses your dirt, the hood become the church. Let's go to work, if you like the way that sounds, put your hands to the plow and shout it with me loud.
It's common ground, baby.